Sam Elliott, known for his deep, booming voice, lanky frame, and performances in films such as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Quick and the Dead, and more recently A Star is Born, has received quite a bit of recognition for his work throughout his prestigious career. He's been nominated for an Academy Award, 2 Golden Globes, 2 Primetime Emmys, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. He shines in just about every role he's been given, and routinely appears on lists of the greatest actors of our time. But one person in particular was never quite sold on his abilities, because even on his deathbed, Sam Elliott's father failed to show his son the respect he deserved. In fact, Sam's dad died thinking of him as an idiot. Join Factsverse as we explore this touchy situation while discovering why Sam's father thought of him in such demeaning terms. His father died before seeing his son succeed. Samuel Pack Elliott was born August 9, 1944 in Sacramento. He was the son of Henry Nelson Elliott, a predator control specialist for the U.S. Department of the Interior, and Glenn Marney, a physical training instructor and school teacher. When Sam was 13, his family relocated from California to Portland, Oregon. He spent the bulk of his teenage years living in the Pacific Northwest, in the northeast corner of Portland. He attended David Douglas High School, graduating in 1962. He then enrolled at the University of Oregon in Eugene as an English and Psych major, though he dropped out after 2 terms. He then returned to Portland, where he studied at Clark College in Vancouver, Washington. After completing a 2-year program there, he was cast in the role of Big Jewel in a production of Guys and Dolls. After delivering a powerful performance, the local paper suggested he should become a professional actor. After graduating, he went back to the University of Oregon, but soon dropped out again after his father died of a heart attack. Sam's father taught him to be a man. In the late 60s, Elliott moved to L.A. to further pursue his dream of acting. His father had tried to convince him not to before passing away. He wanted him to get his college degree instead. Henry once told Sam he had, quote, a snowball's chance in hell of making it in Hollywood. Sam later reflected on his father's demeanor by calling him a realist. The military man was a hard worker and didn't believe in handouts. He instilled that work ethic into his son, and Sam says he's still immensely grateful for that, even though his father never really believed in him. Most of Elliott's fans will acknowledge that one of his defining characteristics is his masculinity. Well, he developed this masculine persona modeling aspects of his father. When he was a kid, Sam went fishing with his dad and a group of friends. In 2017, talking to the Off Camera show, Elliott called this group of men pretty hardcore. He explained his father was never particularly easy to get along with and wouldn't put up with much of anything. When he passed away, he had collapsed in his wife's arms in their home in Portland. He was only 54. When he died, Sam was 18, and Sam's dad still thought of him as an idiot for wanting to pursue acting as a profession. While he never set out to prove his father wrong, Sam did want to make the tough-as-nails man proud of his career choice. Sadly, he never got that opportunity, nor did his father get a chance to see his son grow into the success story he is today. Sam told Off Camera his dad was never all that interested in theater or the arts. And although he was able to see him perform on stage a few times, he never seemed all that impressed. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Factsverse for more. And stick around for more about Sam Elliott. Sam's career picked up steam after his father died. Elliott got his start in Hollywood, working as a character actor. His resounding voice, coupled with his looming stature and rugged appearance, made him the perfect fit for westerns. In 1969, he earned his first screen credit portraying Dan Kenyon in the series Judd for the Defense. Later that year, he appeared in an episode of the western Lancer. One of his earliest and most notable early roles was playing a card player who watches as the Sundance Kid shows off his gunslinging skills in the opening scene of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. In 1975, Elliott landed the role of Charles Wood in the TV film We'll Fight No More Forever, and then he played the lead, Sam Damon, in the miniseries Once an Eagle. In 1976, he got his feature film breakthrough role playing the character Rick Carlson in the seldom-remembered film Lifeguard.
Disagree.
Developing a reputation as a character actor. In 1977, Elliott played Tom Keating in the miniseries Aspen. A couple years later, he played an abusive wife killer in the 1981 miniseries Murder in Texas, starring opposite his future wife, Katharine Ross. In '79, he had co-starred with Tom Selleck in the miniseries Louis L'Amour's The Sackets, and the two joined forces again in 1982's The Shadow Rangers. Performing opposite Cher, Elliott appeared in 1985's Mask. He also played a rough-and-tumble, yet sympathetic father figure in the Christmas movie Prancer. Around this time, he also had guest starring roles in Gunsmoke, Hawaii Five-0, and Felony Squad. In 1986, Elliott starred in the TV film Gone to Texas. The role gave him a chance to play Houston as both a man who grew into a fearless and silver-tongued political leader, as well as a fierce fighter. Elliott's marriage to Katharine Ross. Sam and Katharine Ross got married in 1984. They started dating while working together on the set of the 1978 horror film The Legacy. They previously met, however, on the set of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. More recently, they appeared together in 2017's The Hero, in which Ross played the ex-wife of Elliott's lead character. On September 17, 1984, they welcomed their daughter Cleo into the world. She's now a successful musician in Malibu, California. Sam and Katharine have been married for 37 years now and share a home on a seaside ranch in Malibu, which they bought in the 70s. He also owns property in the Willamette Valley in Oregon, and after his mother passed away in 2012, he inherited his childhood home in Northeast Portland. Sam Elliott's career from the 90s to now. In 1993, he played General John Buford in the historical drama Gettysburg. A few years later, he played the Stranger, the narrator of The Big Lebowski. He went on to co-star in We Were Soldiers and played General Thaddeus Ross in the 2003 superhero flick Hulk. From 2005 to 2010, Elliott appeared in films like Thank You for Smoking, Ghost Rider, and The Company You Keep. He also appeared 3 times on Parks and Recreation as the character Ron Dunn. From 2015 onward, Sam Elliott's career saw a significant resurgence after starring in the Netflix series The Ranch opposite Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson. The same year, he also had a recurring role in the second season of Grace and Frankie, and supplied the voice work for the character Butch in the animated film The Good Dinosaur. In 2017, he starred in The Hero, playing an aging Western icon whose best days were behind him. His performance in that film was with critical acclaim. In 2017, he also starred in the adventure film The Man Who Killed Hitler and then The Bigfoot. His most prominent recent film role was in 2018's A Star Is Born, in which he played Bobby Maine, the older half-brother of the film's lead. Once again, Elliott's performance was met with resounding acclaim by critics and audiences alike. For that role, he won the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor and was nominated for a SAG Award as well. The role likewise earned him his first Academy Award nomination of his career. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite Sam Elliott role ever? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.